and welcome to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O. Y'all, oh my goodness, today is Monday. What is today? Like Monday, April the 7th. We are already in the fourth month of the year. Can you believe it? Believe it that we're already in April. So thank you so much for joining us on this evening. We have an amazing show that's in store for you. We have a very special guest that is going to be with us on this evening, Miss Courtney Hicks, known as CJ. And we got some hot topics that we're going to be talking about. So thank you again for tuning in. Go ahead and put in the comment streets. Yeah, you know, the comment section, the comment streets. Go ahead and put in the comment streets where you are viewing us from. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay so we know you got a chance to watch it. Also, share this episode. We would love for you to share it so that others can see this amazing episode that we have in store for you. So, if you are ready, I know I'm ready to get this party started. We are going to welcome Courtney CJ Hicks, but we're going to do that right after this introduction.
Courtney Hicks, known as CJ, is the powerhouse behind DFW Boss Babes, a 12,000 plus member community empowering women through networking and collaboration. She is also the creator of the Mindset Collection, a bold luxury watch brand. As a stay-at-home mom balancing family and multiple businesses, CJ is redefining success on her own terms. A true champion for women, CJ creates spaces for connection and growth, inspiring countless women to turn their visions into reality. Featured by NBC5, Local Profile, Frisco Style, Voyage Dallas, and Canvas Rebel, she's a driving force for change in Dallas and beyond. It's time to welcome to Motivational Monday with Jackie O, the magnificent, the absolutely gorgeous and brilliant Courtney CJ Hicks.
Well, hello, CJ.
Hello. I'm loving the welcome.
Yes, well, thank you so much for being here with us on this evening. And we're excited to talk with you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So CJ, tell us a little bit. We had the introduction, but tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you have going on before we hop right into our show.
Yeah, absolutely. So the intro was introing, guys. But I am a stay-at-home mom. I am a mother, a wife, a friend. I'm getting ready to be a mom of 5. So that is exciting. We are due in July. I think I have earned the title serial entrepreneur because I feel like I'm now getting ready to start multiple businesses and just doing more. But I am the founder of a luxury watch brand, Mindset Collection, as well as the founder of the DFW Boss Babes, a networking community for women entrepreneurs and women in business in the DFW area. We have now over 12,000 women in the group. It's a powerful, thriving community of ladies and like-minded women. I'm originally from California, have been in Texas now for 10 years, so I now consider myself a Texan. My family and I, we reside in Frisco, Texas, so we're on the north side. And just a fun fact about me that not a lot of people know or doesn't really get shared a lot is that I am also a national champion. I won a basketball championship in college, and that is how I ended my college career.
Wow, that is amazing. I never would have thought that you were a basketball champion.
And yet nobody would have. I'm on a whole other side of life. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, again, CJ, thank you so much for accepting our invitation, and thank you for being here with us. Y'all, this evening we are going to be talking about some of these different rules and beliefs and things that were passed down to us from generation to generation. And what does society say about some of these things? And what do we believe about some of these unspoken rules and unwritten codes? And I know that sounds a little mysterious, right? But but we're going to be talking about that tonight, and we're going to be diving in different topics that we're going to be talking about. And so the first one we're going to talk about is like that generational code. And so what do I mean by that? We know as women, we heard our great grandmothers, some of us, our great grandmothers and our grandmothers and our mothers talk about different things as they were, cooking or talking to us. We're passing through and we're hearing the conversation. And there are some things that they would say that we took on, right, ourselves, that we may continue to do. I know, like, one that I heard all the time was be strong, keep moving, like no matter what, just be strong, just do it. And that is true. But when I think back on that particular statement, I think about my great grandmother and then like our ancestors in the time that they were really in like survival mode, right? So they probably had to just be strong and stay in it all the time. But what about now, like with us? To me, strength and being strong is in the rest and the pause and taking care of ourselves. But those are some phrases and some things that we learned along the way that we need to unlearn. So we're going to talk about that. And CJ's going to, share with us, like, what was something that you heard when you were coming up that you really kind of had to unlearn that is not really true?
She said it's not really true. I would say for me growing up, so my family is from back east. So we grew up in California. And we didn't grow up with a lot of family. It was just kind of our immediate family, which was very small. So one of the things that I would say I heard a lot, not necessarily that I had to unlearn, but hearing, you better make sure that kitchen is cleaned up before you leave before you go to sleep. Turn the nightlight on, and I'm like, I didn't really understand it until I kind of grew up and got older, because not that I didn't have to clean up or anything like that, but I just didn't really understand. Dang, like, is it just us cleaning up? Like, is it mom, or is it just you cleaning up? So a lot of the cooking, the motherhood, and the women responsibilities. So not that I had to unlearn that, but I had to also grow into that as I got married and became a wife myself, and realizing, well, I don't want to do this every night. I don't want to, like, there has to be some type of balance here. And so really learning that is what I wanted, and my husband is somebody who would also help when those days came where I just didn't feel like doing it. So that is one thing I would say that I would have to learn / unlearn, something like that.
Yeah. I like how you said that, because sometimes we do have to unlearn, but then there's some things that we grow into. And I'm kind of like you, that there were 7 of us. And so my dad was like, we had chores. We had a week that you're going to clean up. And we were kind of like the same thing. Well, my mom was at home. So what is she going to be doing while we're cleaning up? But if we didn't clean up that night before we went to school, my dad got us up in the mornings and he's like, okay, you're going to clean up before you leave. And now that we're grown and we have children of our own, like you were saying, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense now, right? And so I'm growing to that. So I like how you put that all into perspective.
Yes, and I think that's part of the journey. You know, we have to just kind of, we don't get it until we get a little bit older. Um, and that was actually a phrase. You'll get it when you get older.
Yes, yes, that's true.
You'll understand when you get older. And I'm like, you're right. Now I do. I get it. I'm sorry, mom, dad, for for all the things that I did when I was younger.
I know, right? Yeah, we actually had to go back too, and like tell our parents, hey, we're sorry, and
Yeah.
even my mom, when me and my sisters, we'd be talking like, how did she do it with 7 kids? Because we're over here just going like, excuse me, but she did, she did it. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. But when we do look at some of the outdated, probably generational things that we did here, how do you think that we can break free from that without losing the meaning behind it, or without honoring our roots? How do you think we can just break free from it?
I would say, honestly, you just have to break free. You have to just do it. You have to just do what you want to do. And it doesn't have to be in a disrespectful way. But I would say setting boundaries. I think that is a big thing. Maybe back in the day that wasn't necessarily understood, or that it wasn't as put out there as it should have been, was boundaries. So I feel like if we stick to our boundaries, or even set boundaries in the first place, set those boundaries, that way those boundaries, we know, okay, this is what's set, this is what's happening, I need you to respect the boundaries.
Right.
But we have to be able to know what those boundaries are. We have to be able to set them up first, and it takes some time because a lot of our parents back in the day, they still had to learn stuff and unlearn and all of the things too. And even this day forward, I'm learning stuff that the generation now is doing. And I'm like, oh Lord, like so I would say boundaries. That's the most important thing, is setting those boundaries. And once we set those boundaries up, it'll give us a little bit more structure on kind of how to move forward. But now we know kind of what's what and what's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Boundaries. Y'all, that should be the word of the year. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Let's shift gears a little bit and let's talk about some friendship etiquette. That's really important when we have friends, that we have understandings, we communicate so that there's not any type of hard feelings, or people are just offended. And so when you think about friendship, how would you handle if, say, for instance, something happened between you and your friend? How would you communicate to them that they hurt you in some kind of way, or how you feel? How would you do that without ruining the relationship or damaging the relationship?
Yeah, so for me, I'm a Cancer, so I love communicating in general. And I think that kind of goes with the zodiac sign. So for me, I would personally write them. I'm not super confrontational, like in terms of just boom, let's just have a conversation face to face. I kind of ease into the situation first. Not nonverbal, but through text or email, or just some type of way. I will ease into the conversation first before just face to face conversation, because sometimes it takes people some time to kind of process. They might need a couple of days to kind of gather what you said, versus we're having a conversation today. You might still be on edge. I might still be on edge. Some things might be said that we may not mean it right away. So I try to ease into things first, so people can kind of see where I'm coming from. I'll always let them know my feelings, let them gather their thoughts, because that's how I like to be approached too. Let me gather my thoughts first, because you don't want to see this other side. So let me just gather and sit first. and then we can continue to have our conversation. But that's how I would ease into it. That's normally how I ease into it. Not that I've had a lot of friendship issues, but I have had like things in the past that have came about, and that's how I've done it. That's how I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And I'm glad you brought that up about processing it, because we're all different and we all process differently. And when we have friends, it's good that we give them that space, to process for them as well as us. Being able to just say, okay, this is what happened. Let's come back. Let's have a cup of coffee and let's talk about it, right? And that's how it should go. And so that's really good. I like how you said that. When we look
Yeah.
at being in the workplace, so I know that you're a stay-at-home mom now, but you were at one point in the workplace. And we know that we talk a lot now about competition and how we shouldn't be in competition with any, others, because everybody has their own journey, that they're going down their own path, the pace that they're going. But competition, it does happen. And people do compare. So when you're in the workplace and you have that happen to you, how can you subtly continue to just support the women, that are there? Like, what are some things that you could do that are subtle to where they may feel like that, but you're not feeling like that, right? Toward them. But you're still supporting them and you're helping them.
I think it comes with being just a leader.
Mhm.
When you are a leader, or when you want to be a leader, you have to have a bigger mindset. And you can't think about competition. People are looking up to you. The reason why you are considered competition in the first place is because people are either looking up to you, or they are inspired by you, or you have something that they want. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with you. And so I think, in terms of just what would I say to somebody who thinks that I'm competition, is just encouraging them on their journey. Where do you want to be? What is the next step? Where are you trying to get to? And if they are where they want to be, is if they want to get to where I want to be, leading them through that. I think as leaders, you can't just forget about people who may be under you. You have to just lead them, because they eventually want to get to where you want to be. So if you continue to just lead and go by example and be kind
Yeah.
and show positivity, there's no reason why they're going to there's no reason why they're going to dislike you if you are, kind to them, and you are, you're showing them just what it means to get to where they're at, and to share your story and their journey, because maybe they might not even know your journey. They might not know how you even got to where you got to. So sharing that with them can also help just inspire them. But just being encouraging. I think with anything, just being encouraging. Competition only will get you so far. But if you are just nice, there's always a reason to be nice to somebody. You don't have to be mean. There really is enough room for all of us. And I think as leaders, you should be bringing up the next person.
Yeah. I like that. um, and just showing them kindness, period, as what you were saying, showing them kindness. And some of the things that I thought about as you were talking, of even how you can show your leadership skills and show them kindness, is how a lot of us do now, is dropping their names in rooms that they may not be in, to that's also, I feel, a way that you can show them, hey, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with you and you should be good with me. And I like how you also talked about the journey, because each one of us have a different journey. We may be doing the exact same thing, and it may have taken you 2 years, but it may take me 10, right? But that's just our journey that we're on. And so I like how you said, just be encouraging, just have the leadership skills that we need. And I think too, when you talk about leadership, that's a whole nother sometimes like talk that we need to have. Is leadership and leadership skills and how to. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that that's important. I think, as you elevate and you move up to your next level, leadership skills is something that I think is a necessity. You're going to need that because eventually wherever you're at and you want to grow, and you may want a team under you, you're going to have to be able to lead the team. And your
yeah,
team is going to be pulling you through. But if you're not understanding those critical leadership skills, is going to stunt a lot of things. So I think that the leadership skills need to be something that is part of your journey before adding people into your journey.
yeah, I totally agree. CJ, this has been a really good conversation that we are having so far. I hope you all are enjoying it. If you are just joining us right now at this point, you can always go back and watch the replay. So go ahead, and if you're watching the replay now, you can put watch hashtag replay that you're watching the replay. And tonight we're talking to CJ. We are talking to her about just all things, different things that we learned as we were growing up, things that, again, we may need to unlearn some of those unwritten and unspoken rules or beliefs that we have. And so we just wanted to really talk tonight about different topics because sometimes we just need that. We need to go through and talk about some things that are really relevant, some things that people, they may have questions about, but they're just not really sure. So tonight, that's what that's all about. So we have different topics that we're talking about. We talked about earlier, just some of those beliefs that we have that we heard growing up that were passed down. We talked about a little bit about friendship etiquette. How to handle those difficult situations when they do arise. And we just talked about in the workplace, how to be leading in the workplace. So when we come back, we're going to continue on with our conversation with CJ. But right now, we are going to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey, beautiful. Yes, you. Want to live well, think well, and glow from the inside out? Let's talk wellness, Jackie O style. Here are your top 3 wellness tips to keep your crown high and your spirit higher. Protect your peace. Say no without guilt. Block the drama. And sis, rest is a right, not a reward. Nourish your body and mind. Drink your water, eat your greens, and feed your soul with the Word of God daily. Create a daily glow movement. Every 10 minutes, journal, stretch, or sit in stillness. Your glow deserves space. Small steps, big glow. Follow Jackie O for more wellness that fits your real life. Because when you think well, you live well. Jackie O, helping women glow from the inside out. We honor the trailblazers, the innovators, the unstoppable women who inspire us every single day. From history makers to everyday heroes, women continue to break barriers, uplift communities, and shine their light. Here's to you, your strength, your resilience, your glow. Because when women rise, we all rise. Through smiles, laughter, and shared moments, human connection bridges hearts, transcending barriers, and illuminating the beauty of our shared humanity. In every glance, touch, and conversation, we find solace, understanding, and belonging. Cherish the bonds that unite us, for in them lies the essence of our existence. It's all about the connection. Get ready to start your month with inspiration and empowerment. Motivational Monday with Jackie O streams live every first Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join me as we dive into conversations that help you think well, live well, and glow. From practical tips to powerful stories, this is your space to reset, refocus, and rediscover your best self. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars and catch the glow live. Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O, and my special guest today, CJ. Again, thank you all for joining us on this evening. We've been having a really great conversation about some beliefs that have been passed down to us, some rules, some unspoken things, all the things. We have been talking about that in the first half of our show. So we're going to continue on with our show this evening, and we're going to be talking about, I want to talk about beauty and aging, and what are some things that we heard growing up that now we have wisdom and we know is well, I don't know if we were to say it's not true, but yeah. you know so what are some things, or one thing that you heard about beauty and about aging now that you're your own adult woman? You're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that doesn't have too much truth to it.
Let me think. So I would say, for me, always having, I would say for me, it would have to do with hair.
Mhm.
Um, Not necessarily that our hair wasn't beautiful, but we didn't get a chance to show it off enough when we were younger. And so that kind of went through a whole natural hair journey. Kind of, I would say that's kind of what started like my womanhood is let me unlearn that my natural hair isn't beautiful. Not that it was ever said that it wasn't beautiful, but I would say it was always put away. So I never really got a chance to have it out as much. I would say when I was younger, and that is something that that was an entire journey in itself of just having to learn how to love it more, to learn how to do it. Which now I don't even want to do it because I'm like, I already know this is too much. But just going through that entire journey of natural hair really taught me more about myself, just self-love. It boosted my confidence because I used to do a big chop every single summer. Like my hair was shorter than yours, Jackie. And I love short hair. Right now I'm in a season where I don't always get a chance to do my hair, so I just make it convenient and put on what I need to put on for now in this season of raising little ones. But I'm really glad that I had this journey of just experiencing my natural hair before having kids, because it has definitely just helped me grow as a person, as a woman, and that's just something that I didn't have when I was younger. I didn't have all of that. So
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, I like that. I think for me, I think about beauty. Like I didn't hear that per se, like people telling me that all the time, but I did hear it saying that being young is beautiful. So as you get older, you're really not beautiful because you're not young anymore. I did hear that. And now that I am, and I think a lot of times too, social media, television, all the things that we see, that plays a really big part in it because everybody
Yeah.
is trying to stay young, have the fountain of youth, like they're trying to drink from it, wherever it may be. And whatever they have to do. But what I learned is that age has no beauty. Like beauty has no age, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And the older that you are, and the beauty is the wisdom. The beauty is, all the learned lessons and the scars and the stretch marks and just all the things that come along with it. You're still beautiful. And the beauty is deeper. It's deeper. It's not just that surface type thing. So I know that was something that I thought about too, was that no, you don't have to be young to be beautiful. You can be my age, 56, and still beautiful, you know? And then hopefully, if God says the same, when I turn maybe 80, I'm still beautiful. But that was something that I heard coming up. And even now, I hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it too. I mean, it's all online, and even I think the celebrities have a big just mind control over our generation and what that looks like, especially with a lot of the people that we grew up. They're getting older as well, but trying to stay looking 21. And what is it really saying to our younger generation, really? So I definitely agree with that. Beauty has no age. It really doesn't. And if you're taking care of your skin using your Jackie O products, you won't have any. You feel beautiful all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that plug, Jackie. Okay, Um, yeah, that is so true. And I think too, just going back from what we talked about in the beginning too, about those boundaries when we are, taking care of ourselves, that also plays into our beauty and just how we look and just overall health, right? Because we've set these boundaries, we're just doing the things that we need to do to protect our mental as well as taking care of our physical. And so I think that really plays a big part too in our beauty. And I do believe that beauty is from the inside out. It is, we can do all these great things to make our outside look great, but if our inside is toe up from the flow up, then it
You'll
really,
see it from the outside too. You'll start to see it.
yes,
You
it will
will.
start to manifest. You are absolutely right. Y'all, we are going to take another quick commercial break. And this commercial break is going to be, we have some testimonials that we had from some of our past guests that was on our show, our past shows. Last month, we celebrated 5 years with Motivational Monday with Jackie O. Super excited, really grateful for that. Motivational Monday with Jackie O was birthed out of the pandemic, out of COVID. That's when we started. And so to see us 5 years later, that not only is our show global, but we've had global women on our show from literally all over the world. We have had women on our show. So I am really grateful. And we're going to probably be celebrating the rest of the year. So just
Hey,
be
yes, yeah.
be sick, but to be sick of us. But, I feel that is a huge win for us, an accomplishment, because I had no idea what I was doing. I just said, okay, I need to do something. And I reached out to a friend of mine and she says, okay, I'll help you. I did it. And here we are today. So that shows persistence and that shows being consistent at what we're doing. So we're going to take this quick break and we're going to come back with CJ to continue our conversation. We'll be right back.
Happy birthday to the Jackie O Show. I so loved being on your show the times I've been on it, and I was so impressed by the high quality, production and editing, and just the way you are with people is so lovely that I would go anywhere with you. So congratulations on 5 years. Oh my God, that's amazing. And thanks for allowing me to be a part of it.
Hey, it's Brittany XOXO from 100 XOXO, and I just want to say, Miss Jackie, congratulations on your 5-year anniversary. That is such an amazing accomplishment. So cheers to 5 years and many, many, many more. I appreciate you so much for allowing me to be a part of your podcast and for partnering with me and collaborating with me and featuring your products in my self-care boxes. Everyone always loved them, and I always got so many compliments about your body creams. And so just thank you so much for allowing me to showcase your beautiful products in my self-care boxes and taking a chance on me. I hope you have a wonderful anniversary. Enjoy it. Bask in it. You deserve it. XOXO. Bye.
Congratulations, Jackie, on 5 years of Motivational Monday. Very inspiring, encouraging, empowering. You are being such a blessing to the community of women, to the community of professional women, and shedding light on our contributions to society. Thank you so much. The tree is known by the fruit that it bears, and you, Jackie, are bearing much fruit. I appreciate the opportunity and the privilege to be a guest on your show. It shed a lot about me as an individual entrepreneur and salon owner. I gained a few clients after the appearance. People had learned about me who had questions but wasn't showing any interest. But after appearing on your show, I received a few new clients. So thank you for that. Thank you for what you're doing for the professional women's community. Thank you so much, Jackie. Congratulations on 5 years and many, 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 many more to come.
Thank you. Welcome back, y'all, to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O, and my special guest, CJ, Courtney Hicks, known as CJ. And CJ she's a bad boss, y'all. She's a bad boss, and she's doing some great things here in the DFW, which is Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas, and beyond. She is doing some amazing things. So we're talking to her about various topics this evening. And as we're wrapping up our show, on this evening, we want to talk to you now, CJ, about some expectations, right? Relationship expectations, some things that we have said or things that maybe we do that's ingrained in us that we take from relationship to relationship, whether it is an intimate partner, our spouses, or even a friendship, right? There are some things that we just think that people should know, these expectations that are unspoken. We want to talk about that. And, I know for me, one that really stood out for me was when I would be like, don't they see that I'm tired and they need to help me do this? As if they're a mind reader, right? And so you're just kind of thinking, well, they should know better. They should know this. They should know that. But we have to communicate, because what we think people should know, and we'll say, oh, well, if they love me, if they know anything about me, then they should know how I roll. They should know what I do, or whatever that we may say. But that's not the case all of the time. So let's talk a little bit about that and those expectations, and then just how do we handle that so that we don't expect and then we're let down when we do expect something and it doesn't happen the way it should.
Yeah, I would say for me, since it's a two-part question, I'm gonna go with one answer, one broad answer for friendships and for a more intimate relationship with a partner. So I'm gonna go with love languages. For me, I've always been a giver. I've always been very generous. And a lot of the times that has, in friendship wise, came off as I get taken advantage of. And so, going back to the boundaries question, I had to learn how to set boundaries, how to stick by the boundaries. And even with just friendships and relationships, I had to have boundaries in both, because of the fact that I know that I can give, but also I have to make sure that, hey, this is my love language. Let me learn what my friends' love languages are, because if you learn what your friends' love languages are, it's a lot easier for you to kind of communicate, and you kind of speak their language, and then same thing with your partner or whoever that may be, learning their love language as well. That's a huge thing that I really wish I would have dove a little bit more deeper into when it came to friendships, and I know, not that I know it all now, but I learned about it before getting married. So I kind of went into that knowing what that would look like. But at the same time, I think that that's just important. It's important for us to know because everybody grew up different. And everybody loves different and handles things different. And so that's kind of what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with love languages, and like I said, me just being over generous, sometimes I had to learn how to just set those boundaries and love differently,
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
people differently.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is a thing. That is such a thing. To
Yeah.
love differently. Yeah, I like how you broke that down. And I think another good one is you're learning the love language and the communication, because we talked about that earlier. Just making sure that you're just communicating and not assuming. We know the saying about assumptions. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
making sure that we are really good communicators, and that's in all of our relationships, our intimate relationships, our friendships, our working relationships. That makes a huge difference, I feel. And then you're setting up expectations. Yeah, you're letting them know this is what I'm doing, what I expect. And so yeah,
And I think that takes work. I think communication takes it takes work. With anything, you have to work at it. And if you're not willing to work at it or tweak it or change your tone or change how you said something or, figure out a way how to communicate this with this person without triggering, there's a lot that goes into communicating than just saying what you have to say. Because sometimes if you just say what you have to say, you might spark something off and you're like, maybe I should have just not said it like that, or so I think that communication really takes time as well too. And then just learning who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's true. And when you said that, I was thinking about, like, even when me and my husband, when we're talking, and there have been times to where I may say something and the way I said it, just like what you were just saying, and then I have to come back, and of course I'm apologizing to him. Oh, you know what? My delivery should not have been that way. And so, we're learning each other. So that's a prime example of what you were just saying, like learning that other person and learning maybe what the triggers, like even for him, if he says something to me, something that may have triggered me, that, oh, okay, well, okay, I need to do it this way, be a little more softer, or however, whatever we're talking about at the moment. So that was really good. Yeah, I like that.
Agreed.
Yeah, so we have one last commercial, and after this commercial, we will be right back, and CJ is going to be sharing with us her last thoughts or her closing thoughts with our audience, and sharing with us some of her upcoming events that she has going on and how to get in contact with her, how y'all can join this amazing group and community that she has. So we will be right back after this commercial break.
Our calming butters are the ultimate solution for self-care, designed to nourish and soothe your skin. Available in 3 varieties: original, posit, and markless. They each cater to unique skin needs, from hydration and relaxation to targeting scars and stretch marks. Pair them with our Oh Girl Yes self-care coloring book, perfect for unwinding while exploring your creativity. Both are part of the Glow Collection by Jackie O, dedicated to helping women think well and live well. Shop the Glow Collection by Jackie O. Get ready to start your month with inspiration and empowerment. Motivational Monday with Jackie O streams live every first Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join me as we dive into conversations that help you think well, live well, and glow. From practical tips to powerful stories, this is your space to reset, refocus, and rediscover your best self. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars and catch the glow live. Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O.
Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl Jackie O, and our special guest CJ, Miss Courtney Hicks, rather known as CJ, and to Motivational Monday. And we have been having a great conversation. And as we are wrapping this up, CJ is going to share with us her closing words to our audience on this evening. She's also going to tell you some of her upcoming events that she has. There's a lot of things happening in the DFW Boss Babes, as well as how you can get connected to her. Take it away, CJ.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you, Jackie, for having me on your show today. This was amazing. Just the conversations, just an open, real, raw conversation. The topics that you chose today were incredible. So thank you. For anybody who is joining with us today, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If there is anyone on here that I have never met before, I'm getting ready to let you know how to stay in contact with me in just a minute. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of things that we have coming up. If you are in the DFW area and you are on this live today, check out on Facebook. You have to be on Facebook, though. I know not everybody is on Facebook, but you have to be on Facebook. It is the DFW Boss Babes networking community. Go ahead and type that in your search bar, and we should be one of the first ones that pull up. Within that community, if you are a woman in DFW area, if you are a woman in business, if you are an entrepreneur, this will be a group for you to be able to get out there, make more connections, make new connections, and to start your networking journey if you haven't already. But if you have, you will be able to find plenty of different things going on in the group, along with meeting some incredible women, and being able to boost your brand or your brand awareness or your visibility to get your name known out there in the DFW area. So once again, on Facebook, that is DFW Boss Babes Networking Community. And then on Instagram, we're also DFW Boss Babe, no S. And for the luxury watch brand, we are mindset.collection. That is the luxury watch brand for us ambitious boss babes who not just want to look cute, but to execute. So with all of those things, the next couple of things that we have up for the next 3 months, actually, before I go on my little sabbatical, we have our coffee mixer coming up at the end of this month on April 23rd. We do still have a few tickets left if you are in the DFW area. It will be in Grand Prairie and surrounding cities, so definitely get in touch with me. We have a basketball game that will be at the end of May. That is within the group, so that'll be information. If you're in the group, you'll be able to find that. And then we also have our very first networking pool party coming up in June. And so those are the next 3 events that we'll be having, but they will be all filled with just like-minded women for you to be able to get out there, put yourself out there, meet someone new, get over the hump, and to just show up for yourself. So if you are interested in any one of those, definitely feel free to stay connected. You can find me. I am pretty much online all day, so you can find me on one of those pages, mindset.collection or DFW Boss Babe on Instagram. And I'm not sure if there's a link I can put in, but either way, or one of those will work.
Okay. And we'll make sure that we put in the links and the information in the caption and in the comment streets.
There we go.
Episode.
That's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, CJ, thank you again so much for being here with us on this evening, taking time out of your schedule. We know that you are very busy with just professionally as well as at home. So thank you for taking time out for being with us on this evening. And you all, I have just a couple of things that I want to share with you before we hop off. Is going to be our next Our next show will be on Monday, May the 5th. This is going to be a really great show. I cannot wait. We have Daisy Johnson that's going to be on the show with us. And Daisy Johnson is a Muay Thai fighter. A Muay Thai fighter. Um, and I was just like, okay. And as I was thinking about her being on the show and like what she does, I'm like, okay, how can we merge that in with everyday life and being a Muay Thai fighter? And listen, it's going to be hot because those of you that know about Muay Thai fighters, like you got to be grounded. You can't like let them knock you out. You got to stand firm. So we're going to be talking about resilience in life, and when those unexpected hits hit you, like, you're standing, and how do you keep standing? So we'll be talking to Daisy about that. And she learned from the best. They moved to Thailand. She'll be sharing her story. They moved to Thailand for her husband to train in Muay Thai, and now they're back in the States, and they have their own facility that they're teaching that and self-defense. And it's just an amazing journey, and I can't wait for her to be on the show and share with us her journey, and just talking to us about resilience and staying firm and staying grounded. So that's going to be on Monday, May the 5th, Monday, May the 5th. So mark your calendars. And we're also, for Motivational Monday, we are looking for show sponsors. Y'all, we have been doing this for 5 years now. And so we are at a point to where we are looking for show sponsors to really help us expand more. So if you would like to get your brand on our show for more exposure, I'll be putting all the information in the comment streets so that you can reach out to me, and you can see how you can become a sponsor, and we'll give you all the information on how to do that. But again, thank you so much to CJ. Thank you so much to everyone that has tuned in with us on this evening. And we pray that the rest of your week and the rest of this month is absolutely amazing. No matter what, make it be amazing, and be kind. And be kind. No matter what, y'all, we know we're living in some chaotic environment. A chaotic environment, but
Amen.
but let's be kind. Let's be kind to each other, because you never know. You never know what that person is going through. And we don't want to be the cause to push them off the edge. So let's be kind. So until next month, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.